Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're with us today, and got another exciting opportunity here for us, and another meeting today in our virtual trade show with Mr. Rick Kelly with Watts, and he's going to be talking to us today about what Ames Watts is bringing to the table for us in fire protection today. And Rick, I really appreciate you taking the time out for us today to jump in here with us, man. How is you've been doing the work from home thing too, like the rest of us?
I have been sheltered in place for over 2 months now. So, but it's been good. We've been very busy and been doing a lot of trainings, and so it's been a good process for us, really. I'm learning to teach and train virtually now. So it's that's really been very helpful.
We're all becoming Zoom and Teams meeting masters, aren't we?
That's right. That's right. The first ones were rough, but they've gotten better.
That's right. That's right. Well, again, really appreciate you jumping on with us today. And, you guys are a mainstay and certainly the fire protection industry, and looking forward to you sharing with us what's new in the fire protection world with Ames Watts.
Well, so thank you. We, as many know, we acquired Backflow Direct last fall, and as far as the new and more innovative backflow products, we've had obviously our Silver Bullet series and our Colt series in the past, which the objective there was to shorten the lay length and make it a lot lighter, so the contractor, it was an easier install for them. And so with the Derringer from Backflow Direct, that's our newest introduction. We've taken that lay length and that weight and reduced it even more. So it's even easier to install now, but we've also added some other interesting options to it. Well, not options, but features to it as well. One of them is the lower lay length, but also we've added an integral butterfly shutoff. So if you look at many of the backflows out there, the butterfly shutoff or even the OS&Y shutoff are a separate attachment. Well, with the Derringer now, that butterfly shutoff is actually integrated into the body. So it's a unibody, it's all stainless steel 304. So it's a single piece construction, which is very revolutionary for the industry. All the parts in there can still be replaced or repaired, but it basically that's one of the reasons why we were able to shorten the length of the unit. So that's one of the advantages. And another advantage is, if you look at the unit itself, many of the checks are either a poppet where they just basically move away from the opening, or they swing open. And so with ours now, it's actually a dual action. So the first 25% of the stroke actually moves away from the opening, and then it swings open, meaning you don't have a hinge on the bottom, which is where a lot of debris can get caught and cause to check the foul. So now we use that advantage with the poppet style, but also the swing opens to give you much better flow. And in the fire industry, that's what's critical. I mean, we have to have better flow, to make sure we have water available to fight that fire. And so those are two of the things that's really will allow the Derringer to stand apart from the other products on the market right now. Again, it's a patent item that we have for the Derringer unit, and we're just trying to get the word out as quickly as we can.
Great.
So, and then the other thing about the Derringer products that I think is worth mentioning is there's our standard Derringer, and then there's an X series Derringer. And the X series Derringer, most backflows, the body and the check are the same size. So your check valve is a 4-inch, and your shutoff valve is a 4-inch, and your center body is a 4-inch. Well, we have the Extreme series where the body is actually larger than the shutoff valves. And basically what that does is that allows more flow to go through the body, which gives you a much better pressure loss characteristic than normal products. So we just launched 3 new sizes on May 1st in the Extreme series, and so now those are available as well.
Fantastic. What we're recognizing too, as we talked about our meetings, virtual meetings, there's a lot of virtual connectivity as well. The IR, AR world.
Right.
Is Ames doing anything there with anything planned for the Internet of Things?
Absolutely. So we have a new product line called the Century Plus. And if you're familiar with you have the double check backflows, and you have the RP reduced pressure zone backflows. And the RP backflows are one where if there is a foul in the check, it literally dumps the water from the unit, so if there's no way it can go back into the water line. With our new Century Plus, it's a completely connected smart system. And
Wow.
again, this will be on the screen. You can see this, but if there is a foul in the check and the water dumps, our smart Century Plus units will basically notify the end user, whether it's the building maintenance operator or whoever is responsible for that, and it'll tell them either with an email or a text or even a cell phone call, hey, you've got a problem with that backflow. It's dumping for some reason. And we found whether it's an inside application where when water does dump, if it doesn't drain fast enough, it can literally flood the basement or the mechanical room. If it's outside, which you see that in the southern U.S., that release of that water can actually destroy landscaping, destroy sidewalks. Also, it can cause all sorts of problems. So now that we've connected that, we can let the end user or the user know, hey, you've got a problem. You need to address it as quickly as possible. And that's just the beginning of a lot of the things that we're going to be developing at Ames. We want our products to communicate with each other, and more importantly, let the end user know, hey, there's a problem even before it becomes a problem, so that it can be rectified.
Man, that's exciting. We all have to dive into that piece of it because that's where we're headed, man. That really is where we're going with that. Now, you
Absolutely.
guys, I mean, obviously you jumped right into it with the new Derringer product, discussing some of your backflow product. But I believe you guys are a little deeper than that in the fire protection industry and in the fire channel, as we'd call it. What other products would you like to share with us today that you guys are involved with outside of backflow?
Well, thank you. That's everybody thinks of Ames and Watts as a backflow company. When you look at some of the smaller applications, we're seeing tremendous growth in multifamily housing. And so in those applications, they require smaller backflows. Many of our Derringer and Colt backflows are 4-inch and above. But when you look into the smaller multifamily housing, they need the smaller sizes, the 1 to 2-inch sizes. And so we have those in a cast iron body, with the bypass, with all the features that go into that, which are much better suited for that multifamily, even residential. We're seeing tremendous growth in residential, family housing within the fire channel, which I'm sure you guys are as well. So that's a huge growth area, and we have the products for that. But getting away from backflows, we also have automatic control valves. So, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize that we do have available. And those automatic control valves, when the water is entering the building, that pressure is at a very high level when it enters the building, whether it's from the ground or from the roof if there's a tank. And so you need for that pressure to be maintained at every floor in a high-rise building. And so with the automatic control valve and the whole line that we have available, you can regulate that pressure on every floor so that you have enough pressure for each floor to fight a fire or for it to douse a fire if necessary. So again, we have the complete line of automatic control valves, and then in-building risers. So this is a product that Ames entered several years ago, but it's one of those things where you've got a contractor who they have to basically run the piping from the water main into the building, and there's been a lot of ways to do that with mechanical joints, with connecting different piping systems to get it into the building. We developed this single piece stainless steel riser that literally makes that connection with a unibody piece. There's no possibility of leaks underneath the foundation as it's going into the building. And so we generally had sizes from 4 inches and above. We just recently introduced a small in-building riser, 2-inch, 2.5-inch, and 3-inch. And again, we were finding that contractors were taking a 4-inch into the building and then reducing it down to 2-inch because that's all they needed. Well, we introduced the smaller risers so that they only needed to use that 2-inch, which is a tremendous cost savings. And so those are available now. Again, that's fairly new for Ames, and again, very good for multi-family housing projects. And or if you need to jump from one building to another, those in-building risers are tremendous help with that. So
that's fantastic. We're here at Viking too, shifting gears a little bit on this, but it's all about the knowledge and things that you're sharing with me today and sharing with our audience. But we've really made some investment with regards to enhancing not just our knowledge internally, but knowledge externally, and doing our best to train our customer bases. And what is are you guys doing anything at Ames Watts to educate and increase the knowledge of your customer base out there? What are you doing?
Oh, absolutely. This has been a tremendous initiative for us for about 4 to 5 years now. Our current CEO, Bob Gondo, came on board and just realized that we had a tremendous opportunity for training. So we invested millions of dollars to upgrade our training facilities. At our home office in North Andover, Massachusetts, we also added one to our facility in Woodland, California, which is where most of the Colt and now the Derringer products are manufactured. And then we added another one to our facility in St. Paul, North Carolina. These are not just classroom facilities. These are basically hands-on. There's a wet wall in both Woodland and North Andover, so where we can actually take the contractor from the classroom and give him some hands-on training. But what we've also done is our learning management system. We have created in excess of 100 training videos across different products, categories. And basically, they're there 24/7 for the contractors, for your sales team to access anytime they want. And we continue to add on to that every day. We've also added a program, it's called Training on the Go. And so literally it's a rewards program. So if you have someone who, they have a few minutes, they want to go on and look at a video training, they do that. And the more of those classes they take, I mean, they're 6 to 8 minute classes. They're not very long, very short videos, but the more they view, the more points they earn. And then we have some really nice gifts that they can redeem those points, once they finish the trainings. And so it's been a very, very successful endeavor for us. I mean, we have all of the other information pieces on our amesfireandwater.com site, like your CAD drawings, all sorts of information. But on the LMS, they can literally, I mean, there's just a multitude of categories, products that they can learn and view the videos, and like I said, earn points and earn merchandise.
That's exciting. That's a lot of fun right there. You kind of gamify it, right? You have some fun with it.
Exactly.
I didn't want to take up all your day today, but we wanted to turn your house into the trade show with us. And I see that you've dialed us in from your home office, and I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, Rick. You allowing us to take some time with you and educating all of us on more about who you are and what you guys do. It's been a pleasure, and we always appreciate what you guys do for us here at SupplyNet.
Well, Adam, thank you very much. I really enjoyed it and appreciate you having me. And we're always looking to help any way we can.
Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll all be back out on the road soon.
That sounds good.
See you out on the road, man.
Thank you, Adam.
Take care, buddy.
You too.
Thanks, everyone.